Gotcha. So my name is Coach T. I go by Coach T. My name is Tanika. I am a marriage and life coach slash wedding officiant. On Instagram, I go by his wife coach because I mostly coach wives. So I go by his wife coach. But I am searchable on Google. I am searchable on Google underneath my business name, which is Buoyancy Premarital and Marital Life Coaching. Underneath Google, you can find all of the services that I offer as a coach. On Instagram, it just seems like I coach just wives and women, but I'm an actual marriage coach and a wedding officiant. All right. And so I am searchable on Google under my business name. You can also look me up on my webpage at marriagechroniclesbytanika.com. That way you can get a little bit more information about who I am as a coach and what I do, my specialty as a marriage coach. There you will be able to find that information. On my Google, you can find the services that I offer. On my website, you can find out more about me as a marriage and life coach.
Awesome. Awesome sauce. So could you explain to us, since I titled our session for the day, Buoyancy Boost, can you give us a definition of buoyancy boost?
So buoyancy, the word buoyancy simply means to recover. That's what the word buoyancy means. During some of my time and some of my healing, when I was walking through marital restoration, when I was going through some healing myself as a individual, as a woman, I found a sermon online, and one of the words that jumped out to me was the word buoyancy. And so after doing my research on what buoyancy means, which means to stay above even when everything around you is trying to pull you down, it basically means to stay above. That word was very, very attractive to me, and so I decided to name my coaching business Buoyancy, just to give people a full understanding of, you may be going through hardship in life. You may be going through some difficult times. You may be going through some things, but guess what? You don't have to stay down. And
Right.
so that is one of the things that I highlight in my coaching sessions. That's one of the things I do as a coach, just helping and giving other ladies hope, wise hope, helping people in their marriage, try to give people an understanding of, not to, you don't have to be what you always have been. There is hope. There is a way out. You do not have to be stuck. So that's where buoyancy come from. Buoyancy simply means to recover, to you know come to snap back is the word, to snap back. You don't have to stay down. You can come back from that low place.
All right. So yes, I just want to speak over to my viewers here in Facebook Valley. We so far, Coach T introduced herself and where you can find her. Uh, Now she's defining buoyancy and what it means. And buoyancy is simply like a snapback. It's a
Recovery.
recovery. You can't, it's
You don't
not.
have to stay down.
There you go. You don't have to stay down. Buoyancy means to snap back, recover from whatever it is, whatever situation you're going through, whatever is holding you down. There is hope, and buoyancy is here to give you that. So, Self-Care Saturday, we just wanted to collab on some things and get Coach T to answer some questions that you may have.
Okay.
And start with Coach T just to also go ahead and explain his wife, the shirt that I'm wearing, and
Okay.
what buoyancy and his wife does together, how they collab.
Okay. So, his wife, like I said, most of the time, especially on my IG page, I come into a lot of interactions with wives. I mostly coach wives. I do a lot of wives who have had, um, you know, you know, fragile seasons in a marital covenant, or maybe they are wives who have, marry an unsubmissive, unsaved, spouse. And so a lot of times I deal with that wife specifically. I had a ministry small group called Warrior Wives. So Warrior Wives kind of like was the beginning of his wife, where I basically coach a small group of wives and just basically help support them, encourage them on how to be a better wife to her unlovable husband, basically. And so his wife is it's a session that I do. It's a 30-day plan that I do with wives to help them and help them to strategize a way to love their unsubmissive spouse by standing on the word of God and by strategizing a plan to help them get through some difficult times and some difficult days. There is hope. And so in that plan, one of the things I highlight is, making sure that you are prioritizing yourself, making sure that you are self-caring for yourself. You cannot be anything to anyone. You cannot pour into anyone if you're not pouring into yourself first. And so I want to help wives. I do help wives prioritize themselves and make sure that they're taking care of themselves. And so that's kind of like what the buoyancy boost, her buoyancy boost kind of like came in. It's kind of like, it connects with his wife. Her buoyancy boost is not just for wives, it's for any woman. It's for any woman. So like I said, I had a small group.
For any.
It's for any woman, right? Originally I had a small group for just warrior wives, and then later on I had a small group for women. And so it's kind of like his wife was, was warrior wives, and her buoyancy boost is, I had a group called Her, and Her was basically just a bunch of women that I used to mentor, disciple, encourage. We used to meet weekly, give them, Bible assignments. We did things like that in that nature. And I met with these girls weekly to just encourage them on, just living their best life, how to be a better her to her, how to be a better her to him, and how to be a better her to them. So that's where Her Buoyancy Boost kind of came from.
Thank you. Thank you. And if you guys have any questions concerning the her and his wife buoyancy boost, please contact me, message me. We don't want to lose you here in this session that we're having. Thank you all. Anyone's invited, male, female, come jump in and get some buoyancy boost on this Saturday. So how often should you self-care?
As often as you can. As often as you can. Whenever you can. You should self-care for yourself as often as you can, as much as you can, as daily as you can. One of the examples I always used to when I would go to my kids school and have teacher meetings with the parent or whatever, I would always say, man, these teachers must live a certain type of lifestyle to be able to pour into these children like this day in and day out. I used to always always stood out to me, like, you have to really, really be having a good lifestyle to be able to pour into children like that. And one of the things that's just stood out to me is there's no way you can pour into anyone else if you're not pouring into yourself first. You just can't do it. And so I emphasize it. You see me, I'm in my hoodie, I'm real chill mode today. Listen, I got my coffee. Like, this is what I do. I look forward to self-care day, self-care Saturday. Okay.
Again, never self-care too much. I use the term drop everything in self-care. Drop everything and take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of those dependent on you. You can't take care of those who you are assigned to pour into. So Coach T, she gives us that knowledge. She gives us